guys, we are back with another song by Eminem. And which one are we doing today?
Today we're doing Headlights, featuring Nate Roos or Russ. I'm not sure how to say his last name.
I don't think I know this.
No.
I don't know.
I feel like
Truth every time. I don't know. I don't recognize the title.
I feel like you had to have heard this. So this is a song to his mom, where he kind of makes amends to her and apologizes.
I don't know.
And then, so it's track 15 off of the Marshall Mathers LP2. Like I said, it features Nate Roos, I guess, Ruess. He's the lead singer from Fun. Good Fun. We are
I know him.
young,
Yeah.
some nights. Yeah. So yeah, this is a bittersweet, kind of sad song. Um, Interestingly enough, the beat it's not clear to me whether it's a sample or if it's very inspired by Mother by John Lennon. And in that song, he talks about how like, oh, you left me, you didn't need me, but I needed you. Same thing to his father. John Lennon was the dad kind of took off, and then the mom was like unstable, and his aunt like told child services, and his aunt took custody of him. So like John Lennon's mother was incapable of being a mother, and then the father. So it's very fitting that Eminem chose that song to sample for this.
Speaking of John Lennon, we just did a Beatles reaction yesterday, and since it was my first time ever hearing it, apparently I picked the wrong song and accidentally picked a cover by the Beats.
So
So it
you
wasn't really the Beatles, and I pissed a lot of Beatles fans off.
whatever. So I listened to it. It sounded like George Harrison
Yeah,
to
it
me,
really
but
does. They're really fucking good. The
whatever.
beats are really good.
We can go back and try to find the real version at some point, but
Yeah, I'm gonna leave
whatever.
that one up.
It's
Comments
funny.
are funny.
Yes, they are. All right. So yes, we will listen to this and then we'll break it down and
Okay.
yeah, take it from there.
And this video is sponsored by Chomps, just like all of our other videos. It's literally the best. Um, why am I forgetting what I'm saying? It's literally the best beef jerky ever. This is the jalapeno beef stick. It's medium spicy. I would consider it more mild unless you really can't tolerate spicy. It's all grass-fed beef. It's all free-range turkey and all like healthy versions of whatever meats that they're using. And it's really delicious. All ingredients you can pronounce, and you can use our coupon code for 10% off all orders and additional 10% off subscriptions. You can also use that coupon code for $20 off your first purchase of SeatGeek.com, where you could purchase tickets for literally anything like a sporting event, a concert, maybe if Eminem ever goes on tour again, anything like that. And the description for both Chomps and SeatGeek are in the description below. The link, I mean. And you can also check out our Amazon storefront with all our favorite products in it. There should be some good sales on those items, which is also in the description below. And like and subscribe, follow us on social media if you want to. Username's right there. And that's everything. Now get to the song.
Very good. All right. Here we go. Headlights.
I know I let you down, and though you say your days are happy, why is the power off? And I'm fucked up in mine. I know he's not around, but don't you place the blame on me as you pour yourself another drink. Yeah, I guess we are who we are. Headlights shining in the dark night I drive on. Maybe we took this too far.
I went in head first, never thinking about who, what I said hurt, in what verse. My mom probably got it the worst. The brunt of it, but as stubborn as we are. Did I take it too far? Cleaning out my closet and all them other songs. But regardless, I don't hate you, cause mom, you're still beautiful to me, cause you're my mom. Though far be it from you to be calm, my house was Vietnam, Desert Storm, and both of us put together could form an atomic bomb, equivalent to chemical warfare. And forever we could drag this on and on, but agree to disagree. That gift from me up under the Christmas tree don't mean shit to me. You're kicking me out, it's 15 degrees and it's Christmas Eve. Little bitch, just leave. Ma, let me grab my fucking coat. Anything to have each other's goats, while we always at each other's throats. Especially when dad, he fucked us both. We're in the same fucking boat. You think that'd make us close? Nope. Further away it drove us, but together headlights shine and car full of belongings. Still got a ways to go. Back to grandma's house, it's straight up the road. And I was the man of the house, the oldest, so my shoulders carried the weight of the load. Then Nick got taken away by the state at 8 years old, and that's when I realized you were sick and it wasn't fixable or changeable. And to this day we've remained estranged, and I hate it though, but
I guess we are who we are.
All right, I'm gonna pause it there.
I don't think I recognize it.
Interesting. Very
It is
interesting.
sad though.
It's very sad. I just listened to it now. I was getting like emotional. You know what I mean? It's interesting. So I guess this is the bridge. It's not technically the chorus. So it starts
No.
off with Nate, and it says, "Mom, I know I let you down, and though you say the days are happy, why is the power off and I'm fucked up?" So this is as if Eminem is singing this when he was a kid. Do you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
chorus is from that perspective, and then the power off, obviously self-explanatory, and then the I'm fucked up, I think, is an allusion to the Munchausen by proxy, like that she was drugging him. You know what I mean? So he's like literally fucked up. And then continues, and Mom, I know he's not around, but don't you place that blame on me as you pour yourself another drink. So obviously his father left,
Yeah.
and she's coping with alcohol and drugs, as we know from his previous songs, but also I believe she's written a book and acknowledged a lot of the shit. So then, yeah, they call this the hook. It is, I guess we are who we are. Headlights shining in the dark night I drive on. Maybe we took this too far. You have a question?
Is that from another song?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Then I have no idea what I'm thinking of. I don't know.
Maybe it's this.
No. I hear what I'm thinking of in my head. I don't think it's this.
Yeah.
It just sounds like it.
Unless you know Mother by John Lennon. It's, the beat sampled there.
I don't think so. I have no idea.
So it's interesting. So the song is called Headlights, and we get in each. There's only two verses in this song, and in each verse there's kind of a story about headlights on a car, and he gives like the different scenarios in each verse, kind of. So Eminem starts off the first verse. He says, "I went in head first, never thinking about who, what I said hurt, in what verse. My mom probably got it the worst, the brunt of it. But as stubborn as we are, did I take it too far? Cleaning out my closet and all them other songs." So, he's just
Yeah, like
reflecting.
about like all the songs that he like shit on her and then
Yes. Yes, and all them other songs. This video is kind of weird, so I'm going to read from my phone where I have the lyrics. He says, "But regardless, I don't hate you, 'cause Ma, you're still beautiful to me, 'cause you're my mom." So that's interesting. We never heard this perspective from Eminem ever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It was always the anger and stuff. So
yeah.
he's clean at this point. I don't know, maybe 5, 6 years, something like that.
So that makes sense.
Yeah, so he's making amends. And you'll see in this song, he's not letting her off the hook for any of the shit that she did, but he is taking responsibility for his part. You know what I mean? Yes, because you're my mom. Though far be it from you to be calm, our house was Vietnam, Desert Storm. So obviously,
So it's a war
war
zone.
zones. Yes. And both of us put together could form an atomic bomb, equivalent to chemical warfare, and forever we could drag this on and on. So just straight up toxic relationship, been going
Yeah.
on for years.
Like problematic.
Yes. And then he says, "But agree to disagree. That gift from me up under the Christmas tree don't mean shit to me. You're kicking me out. It's 15 degrees and it's Christmas Eve.
Aw.
So apparently this is based on a true story. In another song, Eminem talks about this event. So you hear, and it's Christmas Eve, and then you hear him imitating her saying, "Little prick, just leave. Ma, let me grab my fucking coat. Anything to have each other's goats. Why we always at each other's throats.
Back at the goats line.
You don't know that expression to get someone's goat? It's like just to like, like get under their nerves, like really get them. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that's what if you get someone's goat, it's like you pushing their buttons, you're like pissing them off. So yeah, we always at each other's throats, especially when Dad he fucked us both. So meaning, he left.
Screwed them both over.
Yeah, he left you as a wife, and he left me as a son, and yet they're taking it out on each other seemingly. You know what I mean? So yes, especially when Daddy fucked us both. We're in the same fucking boat. You think that it'd make us close. Nope. Further away it drove us. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Further away it drove us. But together, headlights shine, and a car full of belongings. Still got a ways to go. Back to Grandma's house. It's straight up the road, and I was the man of the house, the oldest, so my shoulders carried the weight of the load. So here it sounds like it's him and his mom in the car going to Grandma's house at this point.
Yeah.
Because he says, but together, headlights shine and a car full of belongings. Still got a way to go back to Grandma's house. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
So he's telling the story of, the dad leaving and then them packing, getting in the car and going to Grandma's. So I do know that they split ways. Like eventually, I think he was living at his grandmother's without her at some point.
Really?
Yeah, so it's not clear to me if this is that scenario, but he did say together. So I'm assuming this is when both of them went. And then he says, then Nate got taken away by the state at 8 years old, which is true. That's his little brother. And yeah, she was unfit. So they took him and put him in foster homes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then the verse continues. He says, and that's when I realized you were sick and it wasn't fixable or changeable. And to this day, we remain estranged, and I hate it though. And then it says, but, and this is where we left off. So
Okay.
we will pick it up here.
So sad.
It is. So it leads into the chorus. So we'll go here.
Oh, but I guess we are who we are. Headlights shining in the dark night I drive on. Maybe we took this too far.
Cause to this day we remain estranged, and I hate it though. Cause you ain't even get to witness your grandbaby's growth. But I'm sorry, mama, for cleaning out my closet at the time. I was angry, rightfully maybe so. Never meant that far to take it though. Cause now I know it's not your fault, and I'm not making jokes. That song I no longer play, it shows, and I cringe every time it's on the radio. And I think of Nathan being placed in a home, and all the medicine you fed us, and how I just wanted you to taste your own. But now the medication's taking over, and your mental state's deteriorating slow. And I'm way too old to cry, this shit is painful though. But Ma, I forgive you, so does Nathan, yo. All you did, all you said, you did your best to raise us both. Foster care, that cross you bear, few may be as heavy as yours. But I love you, Debbie Mathers, oh what a tangled web we have. Cause one thing I never asked was where the fuck my deadbeat dad was. Fuck it, I guess he had trouble keeping up with every address. But I'd have flipped every mattress, every rock and desert cactus. Own a collection of maps and followed my kid to the edge of the atlas. Someone ever moved him from me, that you could've bet your asses. If I had to come down the chimney dressed as Santa, kidnap him. And although one has only met the grandma once, you pulled up in our drive one night as we were leaving to get some hamburgers. Me, her, and Nate, we introduced you, hugged you, and as you left I had this overwhelming sadness come over me as we pulled off to go our separate paths. And I saw your headlights as I looked back, and I'm mad I didn't get the chance to thank you for being my mom and my dad. So Mom, please accept this as a tribute. I wrote this on the jet, I guess I had to get this off my chest. I hope I get the chance to lay it for him dead. The stewardess said to fasten my seatbelt, I guess we're crashing. So if I'm not dreaming, I hope you get this message that I will always love you from afar. You're my mom.
I guess we are who we are. Headlights shining in the dark night I drive on. Maybe we took Well, no matter what the cost, and if the plane goes down, or if the crew can't wake me up, well, just know that I'm alright. I was not afraid to die. Oh, even if there's songs to sing, well, my children will carry me. Just know that I'm alright. I was not afraid to die, because I put my faith in my little girl. So I'll never say goodbye, cruel. Just know that I'm alright. I am not afraid to die. I guess we are who we are. Headlights shining in the dark night, I drive on. Maybe we took this too far. I wanna live life.
Ads. Look at a free ad playing.
Those are good.
Yeah, they are. Oh man, it's a fucking heavy song, right?
Yeah, this is why I don't listen to sad music. People like shit on me. They're like, oh, it's because you're not deep. No, fucking idiot. Because I don't like crying.
Yeah,
Kitty.
especially not on the fucking internet.
No.
Yes.
You almost made me think bad word.
Yes. All right. So, where the fuck are we? Gotta find the second verse. What am I doing? I can't find this fucking shit. Okay. So, yes. So he ended the first verse by saying, he said, and to this day we remain estranged and I hate it though, right? And then he says, but, and then the chorus picked up. He starts the second verse with the same line. And he says, because to this day we remain estranged and I hate it though, because you ain't even get to witness your grandbabies grow. But I'm sorry, Mama, for cleaning out my closet. At the time I was angry, rightfully maybe so. Never meant that far to take it though. So he's reflecting on, his end of things. You know what I mean? Like, and he even acknowledges, rightfully so. So like I had a right to be angry at you for what you did to me growing
Yeah.
up, but he doesn't like the way he acted in response. And then he says, now I know it's not your fault and I'm not making jokes. That song I no longer play at shows and I cringe every time it's on the radio.
Cleaning out my closet.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes, very
But it's still like
interesting.
on the radio to this day.
Yeah. So that's why I say he doesn't play it at shows, but he
Yeah.
cringes when it's on the radio. Yeah. Then he says, and I think of Nathan being placed in a home and all the medicine you fed us and how I just wanted you to taste your own. So, again, that's Munchausen by proxy reference. And again, Nate being put in a in a foster home. And then he's like, I just wanted revenge on you. That's why I made that song. Then he says, but now the medication's taken over and your mental state's deteriorating slow. And I'm way too old to cry, but the shit is painful though. So I don't know if when he says the medication's taking over, I don't know if like he means that she's still using drugs like recreationally, or if she's taking, some other type of drugs for a condition that she has and it's
I
fucking
think
with her.
she's dying.
She is, but I'm just saying. So he goes from the line, the medicine that you fed us, how I wanted to taste your own, but now the medication's taken over. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, what medication is he referring to? Is he referring to her getting high still,
Oh, maybe
or that, you know what I mean?
like
Or
she's got like essentially like wet brain from all the drugs.
maybe, yeah, I don't know, but yes, I do agree. As far as I know, she's still alive, but it does sound like she's dying. Um, but he said, yes, ba, 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 ba. I'm way too crowded. This shit is painful though, but Ma, I forgive you. So does Nathan, yo. All you did, all you said, you did your best to raise us both. Foster care, that cross you bear. Few may be as heavy as yours, but I love you, Debbie Mathers. Oh, what a tangled web we have, 'cause one thing I never asked was where the fuck my deadbeat dad was. So he's taking that line, it's interesting that he chose that, where he says, oh, what a tangled web we have, 'cause so the I forget what it's from. It's a line of poetry. It's like, oh, what a tangle web we weave when we conspire to deceive. So that's like a,
Silence what?
I don't know. I don't know what it's from. I don't think it's sure
I
it's from.
don't think so either.
You know what? I have Genius open. I'm sure that they'll have something about it. But yeah, so that's a famous line of what a tangle web we weave when we conspire to deceive. And let's see, I have it right here. And so he changes it a little bit. Oh, this is from Sir Walter Scott poem Marmion.
Marmion?
So in there, it's literally, oh, what a tangle web we weave when we first practice to deceive. So it's
When you
in,
first try.
yes. So yeah. So meaning, yeah, once you start doing it, it's like, oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, because you gotta remember all your lies. You gotta remember everything you're doing. No one ever remembers all their
No,
lies.
of course not. So it's interesting that so again, this is a song apologizing to her, but
Yeah.
not letting her off the hook for anything. Like,
No,
I
like
was right.
still recognizing like what she did was wrong. It's
Yeah.
not like he was mad at her for no reason.
And he even ends the song with, I will always love you from afar, meaning like, I don't want you in my life. But so yeah, he does the what a tangle web we have cause. So it's like, oh, both of us. So yes, I never asked who the fuck my deadbeat dad was. Fuck it. I guess he had trouble keeping up with every address, but I'd have flipped every mattress, every rock and desert cactus, own a collection of maps, and followed my kids to the edge of the atlas. So Eminem's father, for years before he died, said that. So the story was that, oh, he just took off and left, right? And his claim was that Debbie took Eminem and just fled.
Well,
And
he could have found them.
so, and then they kept moving, which is true. So Eminem is saying, so he's like, fuck my deadbeat dad, but he's like, so I guess he did have trouble keeping up with every address. Like, yeah, that is somewhat of an impediment. You know what I mean? It probably was hard to do, but then at the same time, he says he would literally. I really like this line where he says, "Desert cactus, own a collection of maps, and follow my kids to the edge of the atlas." So the maps and atlas. That's like the one
Yeah.
little cool bar in here.
But like if you really want to find someone, you can find them. If you try.
Of
I mean, back
course.
then there wasn't really the internet or anything like that, but you could hire a PI. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe he didn't have the money for that, but like
Yeah.
if you really wanted to, you could have saved up your money and eventually been
Ex-
able to afford it.
exactly. And then yes, so to the edge of the atlas, if someone ever moved them from me, that you could bet your asses. If I had to come down the chimney dressed as Santa, kidnap them. So I'm saying if I would literally go to these lengths. I would kidnap my kids if I had to in order to be with them. And then he says, and although one has only met their grandma once, you pulled up in our drive one night as we were leaving to get some hamburgers. Me, her, and Nate, we introduced you, hugged you, and as you left, I had this overwhelming sadness. So this is based on a true story too. She pulled up just like he's saying, and apparently they did introduce to. So it's not clear if that's Haley or if it's another one of his daughters. You know what I mean? I'm not sure because the line, like he said, only one of them has met their grandma once.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh, really? Just
ever.
one.
Yeah, in this scene that he's talking about, like that she pulled up. This is like while
Like
he's
even
famous.
today.
Yeah. So since this song was released, I have no idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If there was anything else, but that's how it was, literally. And he mentioned that in the songs. Like, he said she won't even be at your funeral when he talked.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is what cleaning out my closet actually. So yeah, he says, I had this overwhelming sadness come over me as we pulled off to go our separate paths, and I saw your headlights as I looked back, and I'm mad I didn't get a chance to thank you for being my mom and my dad. So, mom, please accept this. So again, this is the other headlights reference. So in the first verse, the reference to the headlights was them going to his grandmother's house, right? And it was the
Yeah.
headlights of the car and all the belongings. So this time it is the headlights of his mom's car when she pulled up, met them, briefly, and then she left and he saw her. He literally, for whatever reason, the headlights of her cars were caught his. Do you know what I mean? Like that's the
Yeah.
memory that he has of it. and that's what like made him sad. So yes, I'm mad I didn't get the chance to thank you for being my mom and my dad. So mom, please accept this as a tribute. I wrote this on the jet. I guess I had to get this off my chest. I hope I get the chance to lay it before I'm dead. The stewardess said to fasten my seatbelt. I guess we're crashing. So if I'm not dreaming, I hope you get this message that I'll always love you from afar because you're my mama. I don't know if he says mom or mama. So there's a little bit of it's not clear if the whole him being on a plane. So apparently he does have a story. He spoke about an interview about a plane almost crashing and going down, right?
Okay.
So it's not clear if this is just, like a poetic license or if he literally was writing this. Do you know what I mean? Because that whole last section of that second verse was from the perspective of I'm literally writing this on the jet, I'm about to die, I think, and I just want you to know, say the things that I never said. And then it goes back into the chorus. Maybe we took this too far. And then the bridge is I want a new life, one without a cause. Is that the real line? One without
That's
a
so weird.
Yeah, one without a cause. And then it says clean slate.
So just a fresh life that has no direction, then he can just take whatever direction he
Yeah,
chooses.
maybe like meaning like, oh I'm mad at you. Like my cause in life has been to fuck you over. I don't know.
Yeah, like just no set
Yeah,
path
yeah. Like it
yet.
says clean slate. That like I guess that clears up the line for everybody. And then
Mhm.
it says, so I'm coming home tonight. Well, no matter what the cost, and if the plane goes down. So again, this is the perspective from the plane that he's writing this on. If the plane goes down or if the crew can't wake me up, well, just know that I'm all right. I was not afraid to die. Oh, even if there's songs to sing, well, my children will carry me. Just to know that I'm all right. I was not afraid to die because I put my faith in my little girls. So I'll never say goodbye, cruel world. Just know that I'm all right. I was not afraid. I am not afraid to die.
Okay.
So yeah, that last little bridge is interesting. Again, it's carrying the theme of him on the plane. It's supposed to be crashing. He's thinking about his mom. He's writing this song there, and he's having this reflection of. So it's interesting. So this is kind of like an amends, right? Which we know from recovery.
Yeah.
So he feels like, okay, I finally did this thing, right? So he got that off his chest, and then like he says, he's not afraid to die. He's his little girls that he gave them, he felt that he was a good father to them and that he's happy with his life, like
Yeah, and like how things have turned out if he were to die right now,
yeah,
he's fine with that.
yeah, he thinks that he did good. And then I'll never say goodbye cruel world because he's happy, and then I am not afraid to die. So yeah, it kind of gives some closure, you know what I mean, for him. He feels like
Yeah.
I got this off my chest, this is something I've been feeling, I've been dealing with, and then yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts?
It's good. I hate sad songs. They make me sad.
Yeah.
So it's good, but I'm not gonna listen to it
Yeah.
again.
So yeah, it was making me emotional, and then I saw you getting upset, and that was making me even more emotional. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful song. It's sad. It's I feel like it obviously was important to him to do. You know what I mean? Like the fact that he put this out on an album in the world just like he did cleaning up my closet. You know what I mean? It wasn't just like a letter to her, like, hey, I'm sorry for all that. He's like, no, I'm going to put it in my music. I want everybody to know how I feel.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he did the amends. And then, yeah, unfortunately, like he said, I'm going to love you from afar. So it's like he's drawing those boundaries, but, cleaning up his side of the street, as they say.
Yeah. And it's so crazy. I remember when I was younger, my mom would like cry from like literally anything. And I would be like, how has she gone through life to this point? She still cries at everything. Because, like, I was so tough when I was little, but once you start going through actual shit in your life and you deal with actual things, like, we're both in recovery. We've dealt with, like, a ton of different shit. Like, you cry so easily.
Yeah.
So people are like, oh, I'm tough. I don't cry at anything. That's because you haven't gone through shit.
Yeah, I find the older
Like,
I find the older I get, the more easily I cry. And
well, it's not even older. It's just the more fucked up things you've been through.
yeah.
You just cry so much easier.
Yeah, and at different things. And
Yeah.
like I've explained in other reactions we did, I'll have that weird like not sad crying. Like I'll see something like
Happy crying,
yeah, but like the
not sad
no,
crying.
like the videos of like the military guys surprising their kids, like they're coming
Oh,
home,
yeah.
and then like the dog seeing the people, the military guys that were
Yeah.
gone, like those things fucking like destroy me. I can't even watch them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can handle a sad song better than I can that because I turn into a fucking mess, you know. But yeah, this is definitely one of those songs. It's awesome though, and it's so many levels deep, like I said, with the mother sample from John Lennon. So it's crazy.
Yeah. Great.
Yes.
All right. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Use our promo code for like Chomps and SeatGeek. The links are in the description below. Check out our Amazon storefront, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you. Bye.
Bye.